Hey everyone, welcome to another Pathfinder adventure card game scenario. We're over at the surgery. This is level 1.3. So here at the surgery, at the start of your turn, shuffle a random card from your discard pile into your deck. Alright, that will be very helpful. So advancing the blessings discard pile, or the blessings deck. First card we get is a Sun Falcon. Animal Fire Combat 11. Okay, so this the Sun Falcon is immune to the fire trait. Well, unfortunately, Alahazra has 2 fire spells in her hand. So it says here, if the check to defeat has a cold trait, so we don't have the cold trait. We do have an embalming fluid, so we can reveal this card to add 2 and the poison trait to your combat check. Okay, so we will go ahead and use the embalming fluid. This is going to have to be a straight up strength check. We don't have melee. And we have a Blessing of the Ancients, which we are going to recharge. So it's going to turn out to be 2d6 plus 2, thanks to the embalming fluid. Alright, so we roll a total of 4, 5, 6. We have the Game of the Afterlife. So we can reroll 1 die, so we can make that a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Even if we use the Game of the Afterlife, it's not really going to be helpful. So it says here, so that's going to be kind of rough. So as it is, we're going to take a total of, do the math, 7 points of damage. So that means that Alahazra is going to lose her entire hand. She has to... After the check, so we can reveal this card to add to. I guess we can reveal the embalming fluid after the roll. I think that's how I'm going to play. Maybe that's cheating. Let me know. As it is, I didn't want to add insult to injury. So Sun Falcon gets reshuffled back into the deck. So reshuffling the deck here, randomly determining which card is on top. D10. Alright, the 8th card is on top. So, what we're going to do now is we will reset our hand. So, we got some interesting cards here. And it says here, advancing the blessings deck. So, thankfully, since we're at the surgery, we can shuffle a random card from your discard pile into your deck. So, we'll definitely do that. Randomly rolling the first card, so Game of the Afterlife gets shuffled back into the deck. That's very fortuitous. And what we're going to do now is we will go ahead and explore. So we get a Tomb Raider. What's cool about this card? It's a Charisma 4 check. Alahazra has a Charisma of Divine. Her Charisma is D10, and she has a +2 buff. And her Diplomacy is Charisma +2. So her Charisma has a +2 buff plus the +2 from Diplomacy. Okay, auto acquire. So we are going to go ahead and we will use the Tomb Raider right away to discard this card to explore your location. And we get a Blessing of the Ancients. What's cool about this card, it's also an auto acquire. That's pretty awesome. We'll use the Blessing of the Ancients to go ahead and now what we're going to do is we're going to keep the Blessing of the Ancients. We're going to use this Blessing of Wadjet, which is in our hand. We can examine the top card of your location. Then you may explore your location. Okay, so we'll do it. Tossing Blessing of Wadjet. We are exploring. Okay, so we explore, and then after we explore, it says you may explore your location. So then you may explore. Okay, so he's back. Immune to the fire trait. This time, though, I have a Dijin Quarterstaff in my hand. So I can, for your combat check, reveal this card to use your strength or melee plus 1d6 plus 1. You may additionally discard this card to add another d6. So we're going to discard the Dijin Quarterstaff. We're going to roll a total of 3d6. We're going to add 1 to this roll, and just to be on the safe side, we're going to use the Blessing of the Ancients. 4d6 plus 1. Alright, well, I'm really glad wow, can you look at this? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, you're kidding me. So how about that? I rolled all those dice, and I can only add 1 to the result. Wow, okay. Well, that's what we got. So unfortunately, we fail that. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we failed by 2. So it says here, okay, so I do have I have some armor in my hand. I can bury this card to reduce combat damage to 0. Or we can discard it instead if we have a proficiency with light armors. So we're going ahead using this card, tossing it. We don't take any damage, but the Sun Falcon once again is shuffled back into the location deck. Wow, that Sun Falcon is turning to be quite the adversary. Alright, rolling the D8 to see which card is on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so none. Alright, and now what we're going to do is we will reset our hand, drawing 6 cards. And now we will advance the Blessings deck. We're really glad we're into surgery because we're going to need some cards back into our deck, randomly determining which card we get shuffled back. So the Djinn Quarterstaff gets shuffled back into Alahazra's deck. Very fortuitous. She only has 5 cards left in her deck. We're going to go ahead and explore. Okay, we get a Noxious Bomb. Okay, so Intelligence Craft. Alahazra has an intelligence of D8. Yeah, I'd like to acquire this, so I have some items to trade to a trader, and I fail. Okay, so there's that. Let's see. If we do come across that this item is banished. So if we come across that Falcon, we are not going to do very well. But what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll cast the Stone Skin spell. So we're going to display this card next to the deck. So we get to reduce all damage dealt by 4. Okay, so what we're going to do is, so we'll have this as a reminder. And then we want to go ahead and use a Blessing of the Ancients. Well, before we use a Blessing of the Ancients, we're going to use our Cure spell. So we get to shuffle 3 cards back into our library deck. So 3 cards from the discard pile back into the deck. So we got Tomb Raider, Fiery Glare, Blessing of the Ancients. So we got some good stuff here. So now we are just shuffling up our deck. We're going to roll to see if we recharge the Cure spell. So let's go ahead and do that. And we do. That's awesome. We recharge the Cure spell. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we will discard a Blessing of the Ancients, and we want to explore our location. Hey, and we get the Villain. So it says here, before you act, succeed at a Wisdom or Perception 9 check, or the difficulty to defeat is increased by 3. So for this check, I will go ahead, I'll use the Blessing of the Ancients, and Alahazra's Wisdom is D8, so I'm going to roll 2D8 on this check. Let's see what happens. So wow, we're getting some really bad rolls today. So we fail that check. So the difficulty to defeat is increased by 3. So we're going to need a 16 combat check. So fortunately in Alahazra's hand, she has the Immolate spell, which has the fire and attack trait. So since she's Alahazra, she can add a 1d8 to any fire and attack combo spell. So she's going to use her arcane skill, which is a d10. She's going to roll 2d4, gathering my dice. She gets that extra d8 thanks to being Alahazra, and she's going to discard another Blessing of the Ancients in order to roll an additional d10. And since this is a divine check, and our divine is charisma plus 3, so she actually gets to add 5 to this roll. Wow, very powerful. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 20, 27, 28. Okay, so we have successfully, actually it's 28 plus 3, or actually 28 plus 5. Yeah, so 33 out of a 16. Okay, so this villain has successfully been defeated. We banish the villain, and since it's the villain, we have closed this location. And since we've closed the location, we don't have to deal with that Sun Falcon. Boy, that Sun Falcon was really pesky. So I have more than enough cards in my library. I don't have to roll to see if I recharge those spells or not. So let's go ahead and do a deck check here. Alright. Hey, we don't have any technical difficulties tonight. So the scenario, the surgery, has been banned. We are going to go ahead. The reward for this scenario was the Tablet of Lost Languages. I mean, who thought that a surgery would have a Tablet of Lost Languages? But there it is. Okay, looking at, we got some blessings going on here. We got the armor there. The embalming fluid. I think I did that right. I'll recheck on the rules. I mean, I may have had to have banished a card, but that really would not have affected the scenario drastically. So let's see. I don't think I. Okay, so we did gain the Tomb Raider. So we do have a Tomb Raider, and that, and we have the whatchamacallit. We have the Tomb Raider. Is that glare there? I don't know what that is. I have my lamp here. I tried something new today. Yeah, I guess we can move the lamp there. That lamp's a little annoying, moving it like that. So there's a little less glare there. Okay, so what we're going to do, but now I guess you can't see everything else really clearly. Okay, we'll leave the lamp there. Pardon the glare. So what Alahazra wants to do is she wants to meet her friend, good old Hayden Hoppert, who's offering spells. The reason why we want to go to Hayden Hoppert is we really want that Clinging Venom spell. Let's see if he's finally going to give it up for us. Rolling a d30 for this giant stack of spells. We're rolling a 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hayden Hoppert's offering that one, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did we get Clinging Venom? Come on, Clinging Venom, Clinging Venom. Whoa! This is exactly what we wanted. The Clinging Venom spell. Hopefully the glare isn't too bad. Let's go ahead and zoom in. Zoom in on this fine treasure. It's because it has the attack and the poison trait, and Alahazra has that special ability where if she has the, when you play a card that has the fire or poison and attack trait, add 1d8. So she, thanks to this card, has really increased her deck, her attack potential. So obviously we don't want the cure spell. We say thank you, Hayden, for offering us that cure spell, but we are not interested. We're going to take that. And what we want to do then, so we're just going to go ahead and get rid of, we probably should keep this Stone Skin since it's a level 1 spell, and we'd be able to trade that next scenario. But as it is, we're getting rid of Stone Skin to make room for, so we got rid of Stone Skin. Let's get some, okay, so we got rid of Stone Skin. We're putting in Clinging Venom. This is awesome. She has really a lot of attack potential. And then Hayden says, well, hey, where's my loot? Well, okay, yeah, well, we're giving you the Stone Skin spell, and we're going to give you, which one? So we got, oh yeah, and we're given, yeah, we're going to lose this. Well, we might keep this Tablet of Lost Languages. The thing is we're either going to give Hayden Hoppert the Tablet of Lost Languages, or we'll give him the Embalming Fluid, right? It's really hard. Both of those are really good, because what we want to do is we want to, actually, you know what, we want to keep the Tomb Raider. So I think that we're going to get rid of this guy. We're getting rid of the Vomit Clansman. So we're giving Hayden Hoppert, we're going to give him the Stone Skin spell, and we're giving him the Clansman, so that we get the Clinging Venom. So now it's just a choice of which of these two items do I want to keep in order to make the deck legal. Is Alahazra going to keep the Embalming Fluid or the Tablet of Lost Languages? But I'll let you know next scenario. Alright, well, thanks for watching. That surgery was pretty awesome. We just kept exploring. Probably should have slowed it down a bit. Would have been able to use the surgery's location ability to recharge some more cards there. But as it was successful, and especially meeting that trader, pretty cool. Alright, well, I will have another scenario up shortly. Thank you so much for watching.